Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It's your boy Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is cryptocurrency, guys. What is going on? I'm really excited about being able to bring this video to you guys today. It is in the wee hours in the morning here where I am in the good old US of A at the moment. And I wanted to bring this video to you because I did a video for you guys, I don't know, maybe about a month ago or so um, on my channel talking about, you know, getting involved into the cryptocurrency space and like where would you start, right? So you guys have watched my videos, you know I talk a lot about that the cryptocurrency space does allow for you to be, if you choose to participate, to be, do asymmetric investing, if you will, where you can take small amount of money, $100, $200, spread them out over the top 20 cryptocurrencies, right? Top 20, maybe 25, but top 20 cryptocurrencies, even the top 10 if you want to, but the top 20 cryptocurrencies. And because of the huge gains that are in cryptocurrency, 1,000%, 2,000%, 12,000%, 1,000%, 500%, because of the huge gains of cryptocurrencies, you don't need to bet it all on one, right? You don't have to, go crazy, pull your hair out, drive yourself insane trying to figure out which one might be the one. Is it going to be pick? Should I just go heavy into Bitcoin? Do I pick something with the, that's 2 cents or 4 cents? Do I go all the way down here to maybe something like Electronium and at 2 cents? How do I start? Where do I start? Where do I go? And I had recommended, I had said, if I was sitting down with my cousin, in fact, I told my cousin and my sister this, I would take whatever you got, $1,000, $500, whatever, and divide it up, asymmetrically. If you got $500, $100 on the top five, so that you get involved in the space. So $100 on, this is what I told my sister: $100 in Bitcoin, $100 in Ethereum, $100 in XRP, $100 in Bitcoin Cash, and $100 in EOS. Right? Yeah, this is what I said. Right? And so I said just to get started, to kind of get into the space, or you might say, well, um, you know, like I don't know where to start. This everything's kind of challenging. In my video, I said something like where would you start? Like, I mean, if you just only had, just enough right now to just kind of do one, $50, $100, do one, right? Um, and just to start. And I said, like, I mean, just where would you start? I mean, how many of you have $6,598 for Bitcoin? How many of you guys have, you only got $100, right? So you can't get a whole Ethereum because it's $225 to have one whole Ethereum. Yeah, and there's XRP at 48 cents. There's Bitcoin Cash at $519.51. And so you look at and then look at EOS at $5.74. So if you looked at the top five, where would you go? I mean, just to start, just to to get your biggest bang for the buck, like where would you start, right? And I only see one on here that's less than $1 in the top five, less than $1, top five. That was XRP. This is what I said in my last video, right? And since that time, and when I did that video, XRP was like, um, I want to say 30, somewhere between 30 and 33 cents. And in recent weeks, maybe a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, XRP had jumped all the way up to, I think, 78 or 79 cents. And it's a very, it's a very, very interesting thing with XRP. They've done a lot of great things, a lot of amazing things, and I'm a fan of it, right? For us, we're definitely fans of the top 10. I say top 11, right? Not including Tether, and have done some other things in the top 20, right? But definitely fans of the top 10. And yeah, I think what's a little scary right now about XRP is it is really kind of the first cryptocurrency that has proven itself in use case, right? So most of the so Bitcoin is, is obviously Bitcoin is going to, it's obvious to most people that, that's going to become the store of value. The video I did, I said, which one of these is going to be a store of value and which one of these is going to be kind of like a cryptocurrency that everyone would use, that the masses will use. Well, I can tell you that XRP has gotten to mainstream, and what I mean by mainstream, that banks and remittance payments companies or corporations are using their XRP, whether it be through Xcurrent or whether it be through XRapid, they're using it, and it's really the only cryptocurrency that can make that argument. Most of 90 something percent of the top 10 or 90 something percent of the top 20, right? Haven't proven themselves. They're great ideas perhaps with great teams and great concepts, but not in actual use, right? Not in actual have a utility use value to them. And XRP has done that. A lot of people don't know the history about XRP. If you do your homework, they've been around for a while now. They've been around for several years, 4, 5, 6 years, or if not longer. And when you really do your homework and really do your due diligence on XRP, I believe you're going to be really, really impressed. I love the fact that the company's in the States. I love the fact that it's got the owners. I love that. I've done videos where I've said I kind of compared them to Stellar at the time, and at the time Stellar wasn't making moves. Like XRP and Ripple and the people behind it were making moves, and I said because we took a position with XRP when it was at 20 cents. And I said I was excited about it because of Brad Garlinghouse and the other people there, Chris Larson, whatever, making moves, getting out there and getting partnerships and potential partnerships and I don't know if they call them MOIs or memorandums of understandings or intents or whatever it might be, letters of intent. They make these partnerships. They're out there making things move, not just relying on the technology to be out there making things move. And now, this last couple of weeks have been absolutely crazy. But I wanted to kind of point out that I do that video. So definitely go check out my videos and check out the titles to see. I did 2 or 3 on XRP and Ripple. You definitely want to check them out. And I wanted to do this video to just kind of point out something here. I just again, in the cryptocurrency space, the 99% of the cryptocurrencies are based on what they call speculation, and it's speculative in that people, think it could go to this thing because of this thing that they're doing, right? Speculative. XRP is really the first cryptocurrency to. Yeah, I know there's going to be some people that will say it's electronium. I get that. I understand that. We have positions with electronium as well, but XRP has been that, commercial banks, remittance corporations proving itself now being used in the marketplace. So now they transition from not just being a speculative cryptocurrency, but actually a cryptocurrency in use, the use case behind it. And so that tends to help with the value as well. No longer is it like the rest of all the cryptocurrencies, just on a speculative basis, speculative in that perhaps people believe because of the blockchain technology and the people behind the team at Cardano, they believe the price should be $1 or $2 or $5, speculative, right? Or people from EOS, the same thing, because of the people behind it, Dan Larimer and the people behind that they believe that it should be $20 or $50. They believe that it will be $20 or $50 in the future. But it's based on speculation because these great ideas, great concepts, great technology have not been proven in a use case fashion. They haven't been out in the marketplace being used by someone or someone's. I haven't been that one. XRP is definitely has done that. It's no longer simply a speculative cryptocurrency. And so when you think about that, there's a couple of ways you can think about that and kind of go. But I'm going to stop there. I'm going to go to something else. I want to just kind of share something with you guys because I just want you to just kind of think about this just for a second, right? $6,500, $225. $519 for Bitcoin Cash, $5.74, top 5, one less than $1, right? Cryptocurrency, an opportunity for you and I as retail investors to win. And I just want to point this out to you. Forbes names Ripple co-founder Chris Larson as wealthiest from crypto. right? He's one of the founders of Ripple and XRP. Chris Larsen has made this year's 400 list as the 383rd richest person, and is the first to ever make the list with a value accumulated solely from cryptocurrency. And I bring that up because, look, I get it. He was a creator, not the creator, but founded it, right? I mean, there's a history behind XRP and Ripple. There's a history behind it, okay? But he's one of the quote unquote CEOs, the founders of this, right? So I get that he has a lot, right? I get that he has a lot. Like, seriously, I get that, right? I completely 100% get that. Let me read this article because I just want you to kind of think about something for a second. Forbes released its latest 400 list, Forbes 400 list for 2018 last week, estimating that Larsen is worth 2.1 billion. 2.1 billion after gaining 78 billion. Okay, let's talk about Jeff Bezos. I don't want to hear about Jeff Bezos. The rich appear to be getting richer. To make the list, you need a net worth of at least 2.1 billion to make the list. A net worth of at least 2.1 billion to make the list. There he is, Chris. Larsen probably owns 5 billion XRP tokens, as well as shares in XRP's parent company, Ripple. But this is based on cryptocurrency, not the company Ripple, but the XRP. He made the list strictly from owning cryptocurrency. And I get that he owns, a certain amount of 5 billion XRP. Like, I get that. At one time, XRP was 1 cent. At one time, it was 10 cents. At one time, it was 20 cents. Right? I know as you look on the stock market, you can look at Amazon and Netflix or Google, 100, 200, 500, 1,000 per. People buying them up. People buying them up today because they know what they've done. They know where they are now. But I'm wondering who bought it when it was pennies. And my guess is most of us didn't get a chance to buy Google, eBay, Apple, Amazon when they were pennies, right? Maybe we missed out on it, didn't know about that. Maybe by the time it got to us, it was no longer pennies, right? But cryptocurrency is different. It gives us a chance to win. It gives you and I, the average Joe Jane, a chance to win, to participate like old money, to participate like the wealthy. And when I look at, I could read this if you guys like. I mean, I could read it, and it's cool, right? Ripple CEO bragged on how it's worth estimated $9 billion in January, thanks to Ripple. However, due to the volatility, it went from $2.39 at the time that they did that to now it's 40-something cents that he didn't make the ranking. But my point is, there's stuff at $6,000. There's stuff at $5, $519, $225 in the top 10, top 5. And for me, I look at that and like, okay, okay, I can't, I'm not in a position to buy 2,000 Bitcoin. Like, so one Bitcoin is $6,500, right? Right? I'm not going to buy 2,000 Bitcoin, right? That's 2,000 times 6,000, right? I'm not going to do that. Ethereum at $225, maybe, I don't know. Bitcoin Cash at $519, maybe. Will I buy 2,000 Bitcoin Cash at $519 per? I don't know. Will I buy 2,000 EOS at $5.74 again? Out of the top 5, out of the top 5, Bitcoin has, its argument as being the front runner, so it has a store of value. But all the rest of them, there's no use case. All the rest of them is pure speculative. All the rest of them, all the rest of them are like Google was in the beginning. It was speculation. It was speculation that the technology and the things that they were looking to do were going to come to fruition. It was speculation. Out of the top 5, there's only one that is no longer has moved from the speculative category into an actual use case category. So now you got both the speculative and the use case, because of where the future of XRP can go and the future things it can do. That's speculative. But since it's being used, now you can use it and determines its value based upon how it's being used. So now you have both, right? And I look at it and say, gosh, it's less than $1. I look at it and say, oh my goodness, this is cryptocurrency. And here's this crypto. This is what I'm thinking to myself. Here's this crypto that is not only moved from speculative to a use case, but it's, it's, I don't know, it's less than $1. I just look at that and think, man, I could just think, well, maybe this company that has two CEOs in the billions of dollars based in the United States have been working on this, has this massive team of incredibly smart people that banks and governments banks and central banks and remittance payment corporations have partnered with to use their technology. Yeah, I think, wow. I think, what if? Right? It's like it was awesome, and it was all these great ideas and concepts leading up to the use case. It was speculative. Even when it was speculative, it went up to $3.20-something as an all-time high. When it was speculative, when there was no use case for it, just like all the other 1,000 or 2,000 cryptocurrency was merely speculative. It went up to, let me see here, $3.22. Let me see if I can find it. Forgive me, guys. My freaking internet is brutal. $3.92 from a speculative, right? From people, yeah, oh man, when this technology comes together, when this technology gets, when these guys do this, and Brad does this, and Chris does this, speculative. Man, this technology could be an awesome. It's quicker, it's faster, it saves all kind of money, but it was merely speculative. Save the bank's money, save the remittance corporation's money. Speculative. And I say speculative because it hadn't been used in real life. It was just all on the promise of the project. Although it was tested and there were some companies testing it, I'm talking about real world. We're going to use your stuff, real world. So the test came out maybe a month ago, and it proved itself in that, but it hadn't been in production where the partners could say, "Yep, I'm going to pay you to use this." The other partner's going to say, "I'm going to pay you to use this." And this banker says, "Yeah, I'm going to pay because I want to use this because I know it's going to save me 50, 60, and 70%. Hadn't been done yet, and it reached $3.92. Now it is in production. Now companies are using it. 3 of them definitely are using it right now out of the hundreds of partnerships that they have. Do you get what I'm saying? How it's moved from speculative now to use case, and it can show its worth. It can show its value the same way Google moved from this idea concept in great minds to actually something that is proven useful. You know what I mean? Like, and I look at CoinMarketCap and I think to myself, like there's a reason why it's number 3. Bitcoin was first, so the Bitcoin had like that first mover's advantage. Ethereum had this great technology and idea, and all these companies building their stuff on it, and all these ICOs building on the Ethereum because it was so easy to get on the blockchain and build on Ethereum. And a lot of people still use it, love it. They are having some issues. They're not as far as long, right? They're still in that speculation, if you will. They're still not, full 100% full throttle of the potential that can be Ethereum. So it's number 2. And XRP here, he's got this XRP thing here at number 3. And I just think, there's a reason why the market cap is 19 billion, right? And for the last a 3 times in the last 10 days, it actually became number 2 in market cap. It overtook Ethereum. And so I just look at this article and I think, it's not likely that I'm going to own 5 billion XRP tokens. But I can own some. I can own some. And I just, for me, I look at that and say, I can own some. Don't know where it's going to go. Absolutely do not know where it's going to go. But I do know it's proven itself. It's a use case. It's in production. It's no longer merely a speculative coin. You got billionaire CEOs making all kind of partnerships and making all kind of moves every time you turn around, and the use case behind it is genius. There's a YouTuber out here called the Digital Asset Investor. He likes to say that XRP is the greatest digital asset ever created in the history of cryptocurrency. I'm beginning to agree with him. And for me as a retail investor, a guy who's looking to level up the lifestyle of his family, I can look at this and I can I can I can get a 0.001 or Bitcoin, right? Or I can make some other moves, right? I can make some other moves, So I wanted to do this video for you guys. I'm going to do another one as well, some other things that XRP is doing, but I just wanted to kind of put that out there for you guys. I still lean towards for me and my family, we still lean towards that asymmetric investing, and that we do spread out 1,000 and in the top 10, top 20. So I have been tempted to, so that the idea behind that spreading it out is so that you're not under invested on a crypto and you're not over invested on a crypto, But if there was one, for me that I would lean, if there was one that I would break my principle and go over on for me, and again, this is not, I'm not your financial planner. This video is for entertainment purposes only. You don't want to take the advice, financial advice from a guy on YouTube. But if it was me and I broke my principle and over, instead of taking 1,000 and spreading it out on 5 at 200 each, I might go 70% on one. If there was one, then I might go 70%, 700 out of that 1,000 on something. It might be that. It might be that XRP. Might be that XRP. It might be that XRP. So anyway, guys, I'm going to say it again like I always do in all my videos. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want you and I to win. They want us to remain a cog in a wheel, in their wheel, churning and churning, trading our time for dollars, never believing that we can let our money work for us. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. The question is, are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. The battle for you has already been fought, my friend, and the victory is yours. Go get it. Go get it. We'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.